Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. What is single sign-on, SSO? Single sign-on, SSO, is an authentication process that allows a user to access multiple applications with one set of login credentials, username and password. Instead of requiring users to log in separately to each application, SSO enables them to authenticate once and gain access to all connected applications. This improves user convenience and reduces password fatigue, while also enhancing security by minimizing the number of times users must enter their credentials. Key benefits of SSO. 1. User convenience. Users remember only one set of credentials. 2. Improved security. Reduces the chances of phishing attacks since users don't have to enter credentials multiple times. 3. Centralized management. Easier to manage user access and permissions from a central point. 4. Reduced IT costs. Fewer password-related support calls to the help desk. How does SSO work? SSO typically works using a centralized authentication server that manages user credentials and authentication tokens. When a user attempts to access an application, the following steps occur. 1. User initiates login. The user tries to access a protected resource, example a web application. 2. Redirect to SSO server. If the user is not authenticated, they are redirected to the SSO server. 3. User authentication. The user enters their credentials, username and password, on the SSO server. 4. Token generation. Upon successful authentication, the SSO server generates an authentication token, example JWT, SAML, and sends it back to the user's browser. 5. Access granted. The user is redirected back to the original application with the token. The application verifies the token with the SSO server and grants access. Code example, implementing SSO with OAuth 2 and JWT. Prerequisites. Node.js and npm installed. Basic knowledge of Express.js and JWT. A simple front-end application, can use any framework. Step 1. Set up the SSO server. Create a new folder for your SSO server, initialize a new Node.js application, and install necessary packages. Create a file named sssoserver.js. Step 2. Set up the client application. Create a simple HTML file to serve as the client application. Create a file named index.html. Step 3. Running the applications. 1. Start the SSO server by running. 2. Open index.html in a web browser. 3. Enter the username and password, example user1/password1, and click Login. 4. After a successful login, click Access Protected Resource to access the protected root. Conclusion. Single sign-on, SSO, simplifies user authentication across multiple applications, enhancing both user experience and security. The example provided demonstrates a basic implementation of SSO using JWT for authentication. In a real-world scenario, you'd implement more sophisticated user management, secure your application, and possibly use a library or service for handling SSO more robustly.